Guys, today is the day I've been waiting for. I feel good. I've cleaned the car up and I'm ready to discuss with all of you TRAX owners how you can have a beautiful shiny TRAX like this one and how you can get lots of great accessories. So today I love accessories and today is one of my favorite days. We're going to be discussing accessories that you can get with a 2024 TRAX. Let's get into it. Hi friends, this is Jim. This is my 2024 TRAX. Today's video is about accessories for the TRAX. And I'm really excited about this day because I love accessories, especially ones that work right the first time. So we're gonna be talking a little bit about stuff that works right the first time and stuff that doesn't. I love my 24 TRAX. It's been great. Been putting this ceramic on it from Chemical Brothers. They have this thing called Speed, as well as paint sealant. Both are great products. Let's jump into talking about accessories, shall we? So I'm going to start with the outside of the vehicle and what I've done. The first thing is what I made mention. It's nice and shiny because of that Speed detailer. So that's kind of an extra little expense to make it nice and shiny. So on my wheels here, I've got right here, see where it says TRAX? I have a TRAX cap. And then on the center of the wheels, you'll see all these silver. Notice all the silver? And then there's one black. That is a wheel lock. So I've added a wheel lock to this car. One of the accessories I've added. So the next accessory I've added is right here on the top of the roof. So this is a roof rack. So it wasn't much money. I got it on eBay. I'm paying through Affirm. So I'm keeping the payments nice and low so I can afford it. And it simply just gets screwed into the back there. You see those screws there? It was a little tricky initially because what was in this took a pair of pliers to pop it out. So just be aware of that. I did have a stool to step on, but really happy for the money and for what it is. And it does match the color really nicely. So as far as on the outside of the car, the only other accessory that I can think to tell you about is for my license plate, which says protect our oceans here in Florida. And that's this plate cover. So I got this nice plate cover. I got it online. It's silicone. It does have little holes in the bottle to let water go through it. It just keeps it from slamming. That's a little accessory that I added to it. And basically from the exterior of the car, that is the only accessories that I've added. And I'm kind of making you guys aware of all the things that you might be able to purchase. I did tint this window, come to think of it. And this window is tinted with a clear tint as well. And I don't know if you can see through that or not. It's a little bit shady there. I would say no. I'll show you once we get inside, but that's it for the exterior on the 24 TRAX. Let's jump to the inside. Okay, so it's gonna let me in. You have to hit it just right. Okay, so in the back seat here, I do want to point out some of the stuff that I've added to the back doors. I've added these inserts. They're just plastic. They come in a package and you just find the right shape and stick them in there. It look kind of nice. And then the other thing is I got these. These are light gray wood. These are not peach wood. These are the light gray wood for the electrical panel. They just kind of make the door look a little fancier. I didn't really need them, but they're nice, and I'm happy with that particular color. Gives the back door a little bit more style. Also back here, you'll see I've added a hook. I've got the all-weather mats. I've got my umbrella and my sunshade there ready to go. I've got armrests there, and I put one also here, and I put one also there. So those are just some of the accessories that I've added that you can get. We'll talk a little bit about where you can get all these things in a minute. Okay, let's go in the front here. Okay, all weather mats. So I had showed you before the trim pieces. So we'll talk a little bit more about trim pieces here in a minute because that's always the challenge. More of those rubber insets. This particular one is incorrect. I have a new one coming. I've decided on black. I'm gonna go with black, a piano black right here. It matches this. I'm actually gonna get one for there as well. and have black paint. It all will match. And that's kind of the idea, at least for my theme of my car and my accessories, is I want it to all match. So I do want to share with you, I've got the cup phone, and I purchased that online. This is a really small USB to USB-C connector. It's something that I purchased, and I've zip tied that to the bottom of the cup phone. So it's really, really predictable as to where it is. And then this right here on the ground there, this is my air ionizer by iClever. I use it for ambient lighting. There's a little light in it. Notice there's a cord stuck to it. Well, that cord is stuck to it because I have connected to it all underneath down here. I have reinstalled my old dash cam. Now, dash cams can be really, really tricky to install. What's interesting is the hard part, which you would think would be the wiring all the way around it. The wiring, you actually shove the wires up underneath here. Not a big deal at all. The big deal was actually having this attached to the windshield and not keep coming loose. I had some really good double stick tape. I even bought some Gorilla tape because the 3M was not working. Sorry, 3M Corporation, wasn't working. And neither of those worked. So I ended up getting some Loctite gel glue and sticking it, clearing it all off, reattaching it. I took off the old tape because it wasn't working, and that's that there. Hey, this is me. Hey, how's it going? I'm sweating like a pig right now. This is my curved mirror. This mirror is not standard. I added it to it. It's tinted, it's curved, helps you see out the back a little bit better. Just some of the accessories I've added. I did change my sunglass holder. I have a sunglass holder here. Essentially, what I want to talk about with a sunglass holder is that the one I had before had a really strong clip on it. It was damaging the visor. Also, this is magnetic. It's much easier to grab the sunglasses and also to put the sunglasses back on there because it's magnetized. This is magnetized. Just a huge difference in the way that works. So I want to talk a little bit about some things that didn't work. So we're going to jump ahead to that now here in my 20. Okay, jumping ahead to things that didn't work. I bought these. These are supposed to keep stuff from falling down in between. I found that these were cheap. These were from Temu. Some of that stuff is garbage. It just doesn't work. And you really have to watch it. I find that some of the stuff from eBay is a little bit better. But I found these. These were on Temu. So to give them some credit, this is a much stronger, thicker material. It's black. Man, I think these work really good. They fit right around the thing for the seatbelt there, and they make it so stuff doesn't fall down in between. Guys, it wasn't much money. That's why I'm doing some of these accessories and doing this accessory talk with you today. Is a lot of this stuff just did not cost a ton of money. Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about lighting. So to me, lighting is really important, and I've made the decision that I do not want to put lights up around the dash. I want to keep my eyes on the road. I don't want to get distracted. However, down around the footwell down here, I do want to light that up. And I did buy some lights. I tried to install them, and I found them of such poor quality. There was no way to install them in a way that made sense. So I'm going with something completely different. That may be another video, how to light up your TRAX. But I wanted to share with you some of the accessories, that I purchased that to me have kind of upgraded the way the car looks a little bit. And one more last thing I want to talk to you about is I mentioned before about the clear windshield tint. I've tinted and I've tinted and I've tinted because the factory doesn't include it. But one of the reasons I did that was to cut down on the glare and the heat coming through the windshield. So what this is here, this is a dash cover right here. And essentially it's black and red. My goodness, it matches perfectly with what's going on in here. And you just roll it out. There are some little dimples in it, but that does fade with time and heat. And that additional blackness does cut down on the amount of glare that you get off the windshield. In a sunny location or on a hazy day, really does help. It's just something that I've added to it. I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about accessories. I'm going to show you some things that didn't work and what you have to watch out for next. Okay guys, I am sitting at the kitchen table and we're going to do part 2 of this. I want to talk to you about just some of the accessories that I purchased and also some issues with them. This is one of the good ones I purchased. It's a light. I use an ambient light in the USB port in the car. Here's another version of that. Guys, these things are available on eBay, Amazon, Temu, Alibaba, a lot of these sites that you find. And I want to share with you something that didn't work very well, and it's these lights. They weren't very much money. They do plug into your USB port. I could not make these work. I tried and I tried. They don't stick into the crevices very well. And I just found that it's this is for somebody who is 22, who is a master at getting that in there. I could not get that in there, and worse yet, I couldn't get it to stay. I finally did get it installed where I was like, maybe this will work, and it wasn't much longer and they had all popped out. So for me, this was a waste of money. I'm gonna go instead with a zip tie mechanism and go with a different type of a light, where light bars and light strips. So that's something that's coming. So a lot of times you'll get them in boxes that look like this. And do not throw the boxes out. It's really important that you keep the boxes, and it'll have strange names where it came from. It'll say this one came from Kentucky, but in reality it came from China. And then the other thing is, I had bought these things for the doors. These are door insets, and they are designed to make the car look a little bit nicer. Let me show you. This is for the door handles. They weren't much money. See how there's a hole here on this one? The other one on the other side was solid. And guess what? It didn't have a hole for it. It also wasn't gray like I showed you earlier inside the car. These are actually the wrong color. These actually more match the shifter cover. So not a color that I want to go with. So I'm sending these back. So I've already requested a refund, and that's coming. So just know that those refunds don't happen instantaneously. So just be aware that some of these things may happen. The other thing is that upon installation, guys, of some of these things, when I put on the roof rack, it had a sticker that said front and back on it. And I had to get that removed. So I bought some goof off at Walmart. It was like maybe $4 or $5. It wasn't much money. Put it on a rag. You don't want to dump this on your car. Put it on a rag and then scrubbed it really hard, and it came off. And then I put on some nice ceramic on top of it, and it looks really beautiful. But that's the Goof Off Pro Strength Remover. And then the other thing is, I mentioned before that I had bought some Gorilla Tape, and the Gorilla Tape did help quite a bit in installing some of these pieces, because the tape that comes with this, unfortunately, is not that great. And that's why I'm talking about this, so you guys are in the know. I want my listeners to be in the know. And I just want to say to you that don't be surprised. You can remove these off of here. These are not, by religion, have to stay on there. And you can replace it with the Gorilla, and it works a lot better. It's a lot stronger. I mentioned before Loctite brand glue, but unfortunately I was wrong. It's actually the Gorilla brand glue. Loctite's a great corporation. They make great glues, by the way. Love them. Gorilla's a great as well. So the white gel, well, the gel is better because you don't have to worry about it dripping all over the place. You don't want it dripping all over your car. Love the gel. And so that's kind of how I got suckered into this, and really do like the Gorilla Glue. And that helped me get the dash cam attached to the windshield. Now I will share with you that I did purchase some plates at Best Buy to put on the windshield. They're these little plates about so big, and they're from Scoosh, and good stuff. All right, let's jump into another thing that's been kind of a challenge, and that's the armrest. Right now I have the best armrest that I possibly can have on it. I did try to make an armrest. So I like this one because of the color. My goodness, it really does match the color really well. And it's not broken in any way, but I did try to cut the foam myself, and I did a terrible job with cutting the foam. And it's not quite square, and therefore I'm not using it. It's a lot like the lights over there. It didn't work. And this can happen, and the reason I'm sharing this with you is this is likely to occur when you're doing accessories. But the difference between me and other people is I'll send it back. If there's a defect, I'm sending it back. If this isn't working, it's too wide, I can't make it look right, it doesn't fit quite right, I'm not going to use it. Some people will continue to try. I don't try that much. So let me show you some stuff that was successful. These are some keychains right? So eBay, Amazon, Temu, Alibaba, some different keychain types there. There's another little keychain. It's got an RS on it. So just some of the different keychains that are out on the market. Just sharing you with some accessories. Now this one I've not tried yet. I may report back on this. These are caps, and what they do is they supposedly soak up the sun, and then at nighttime they glow red. So I don't know about that. We'll see. I haven't decided about that. Guys, today the whole point of this was to share with you some accessories, and I'd like to share with you too that a good resource would be Amazon, eBay, Temu, Temu. Those are some good places to take a look at. Okay, guys, so just I mentioned about some accessories before. I want to share with you another little trick, and that is on YouTube, there's tons of videos about every aspect of car ownership, and some of you are well aware of this, but like this is I have what's called a 70 mi dash smart dash cam. Guys, there's different brands, of course, but what's great about YouTube is it's a great resource on how to learn about setting things up properly and to give you an idea. And just like my video shows you out all the accessories and some of the tips I've given you, this is another way to get great tips is to dive right into this as well. So this is about how to set up your dash cam. Guys, so here's a video that I found about car interior lights. So just know that there's all these different people. They're gonna tell you all these different lights, and I will share with you that I look for what's gonna work best for my vehicle. When I'm scrolling through all of this, I look to see, which ones are really gonna work. I already know that those strings I showed you before really didn't work. And, just click on it, and obviously they're gonna show you some different types of interior lights. I took a long look at this one, for example, and I think it's beautiful, but this is more like, see where he's talking about going inside there? I could never make that work. And I'm sure there's a way to do it, but it's too difficult for me. So I'm just sharing with you that be kind of judgmental and picky about these things to see what's going to work best for you. And obviously Dawn is a great product. We're not talking about Dawn, right? But anyway, this is a video that somebody made about car interior lights after you get through the commercials, right? So there's your car. Now you got the guy sitting on there, and it's top 9 interior modifications, for $150, and then it's kind of walking you through some stuff. But just be aware that what's on video is not necessarily the solution that you're looking for. And so, but I'm just sharing with you, this is where you will find some things for your car. And I've been sharing all these things with you guys today because, like me, you guys want to figure out like what is the best way to accessorize my car. And obviously I'm interested in lighting my car up, which is why I'm showing you this. I'm often lured in by the easy install. Sometimes the easy install is not as easy as they claim. But what I'm looking for is something that looks seamless, that doesn't have a lot of wires. And for me, that's stuff that doesn't go all over the place, but goes underneath. So I really like the underneath LEDs. That would be something like you see there in the blue. For me, that's the way to go. Anyway, guys, I hope that this inspires you to do some accessories in your vehicle. And also, I would recommend TRAX forums. So a TRAX forum online is where people are sharing their ideas about some of the things that they've done to their car. And I hope that this helps today, and look forward to seeing you guys all out there.